To 9 p.m. for Orisha, the way of life.
Hi Trinidad and Tobago, this is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marvel Road, 91.9. Every Wednesday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. I tell you, we are going to have a T-I-M-E time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM, Street Live, Port of Spain, Marava.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:15 to 9:45 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Bakere olówó ẹyọ èṣù ní kórè wá ẹlẹgbàrà ní kò bí lọ pẹlẹkẹ ní dàrá orò sáwò nílé èṣù máa ṣe mí ọmọ ẹlẹ omi ní òṣè èṣù máa ṣe wá. Èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o pẹlẹkẹ èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o. Nobody can take my joy away. I am born to be happy. Every single wish I supply for me is enough to be jolly. God no need to be worried, no. Cause life is a blessing, no. My life is a blessing, no. Eshu deo deo, eshu deo deo. Eshu deo deo Asana Eshu deo deo Eshu deo deo Eshu deo deo Atena. Every morning I awake, I give thanks to my glory. Eshu Lalui who makes all doors open up for me. Bad energies, no room for you, oh no. All good things I must get through. Oh, more low, you run. ní òṣè ọ̀la ìlú èṣù bá nìkan ọ̀wọ́ ìlú òró ìlú ọ̀la ìlú ọba ẹ̀ bọ̀rọ̀ nílẹ̀ kẹ́tù èṣù ìbẹ́ bọ̀ orúkún ẹlẹ́gbàrà níbẹ̀ bọ̀ orúfà ẹlẹ́gbàrà níbẹ̀ bọ̀ orúkúrọ́sà oníbòde. Èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o pẹ̀lẹ́kẹ̀. Èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé o èṣù dé òde o èṣù dé òde o èṣù
Ancestors, we call on you to fight the fight on our behalf. Ancestors, we call on you to walk on our enemies. Asheo. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. Walk on them, 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 Aruba ancestors, 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 walk on them, 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 walk on them. Ancestors, we call on you. Ancestors, we call on you. You came across the middle passage. Ancestors, we call on you. Some are shown up about some are show. Ancestors, we call on you. From this land of Trinidad, great warriors, we call on you. Walk on them, 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 Aruba ancestors, walk on them, Aruba ancestors, walk on them, Aruba ancestors, walk on them, Aruba ancestors. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. Great mother, we call on you. Iwer, we call on you. Your children crying, creeping, moving. Great mother, we call on you. When we bought this libation, we threw it for the nation. From the four corners of Trinidad, great mothers, we call on you. Walk on them, 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 Aruba ancestors, 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 walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them.
Shango, mojuba ile. Shango, oniwalo. Eri jaja, orisha oko, irumole. Shango, mojuba ile. Iwalo ba kuso. Shango, mojuba ile. Shango, niwalo. Eri jaja, orisha oko, irumole. Shango, mojuba ile. Iwalo ba kuso. Shango, mojuba ile. Baba, oniwalo. Eri jaja, orisha oko, irumole. Shango, mojuba ile. Iwalo ba kuso. Shango, Orisha oko erumale Shango mojuba eile Iwa loba kuso Shango ya olokbode ayaba ma wole Oya olokbode ayaba ma wole
Alafia to each and everyone. King Shaka is here.
Peace, love, and blessings. Ekaro, Ekabo.
You know. So we are here once again on the Ifa Orisha Way of Life.
Ashe.
On the Street 91 FM. You know, it has been a long time.
Indeed.
That the two of us has been in the studio at the same time. So I just want to say welcome back, King Shaka, my brother. It has been tough being here without you, we have a combination. We have some going. I know Olodumare has blessed us with this year, what we have to do. So, without further ado, because I know you have to leave at 8:30.
At a particular time.
Yes. We're going to dive straight into it. It's all about the Ifa Orisha Way of Life here on the Street 919 FM. Your host, MC Duke, Alatumishe Ifabamishe, my brother, my co-host, King Shaka. We are here on the Ifa Orisha Way of Life, where we edify, educate about the tradition, the way of life, what Ifa is about, what Orisha is about.
Sure.
So we just got to pay bills because with all the sponsors, this show will not happen. The sponsors are the one who keeps this show alive. The sponsors are the one. Don't mind we are in this pandemic time. The sponsors are still doing their part and supporting the show by all means necessary. And we ask Olodumare to bless and guide the sponsors for doing this. I would just like to let you guys know we are streaming live on Facebook on the Street 919 FM Facebook page. We're also streaming live on YouTube. So I'm going to pay the bills. We're going to come right back at you. Don't you dare touch your dial. It's your Ifa Orisha Way of Life on the Street 919 FM. Why am I not getting this? So, we'll have to do it, the original, the old school way, I'm not getting it to come on. So, Ifa Orisha Way of Life is sponsored by Kamara's Culture Store, the #1 importer and supplier of genuine products from Africa, located at Adams Bazaar, Main Road, Shoguanas. Contact number 6728-438, 320-8866. Gossip Gel Polish, gel with a difference, 3827587. Petty by Risi. Come let us take care of your feet, 3984474. Temple Ojuba Orisha Umulu, Egypt Village, Shoguanas. Nubian Experience, clothing that tells part of our rich African history. Number 6 Woodford Street, Arima, 688-1979. Oriomi, Nicole Huggins, Health and Wealth Lifestyle, number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. EMG out of Texas, Richie's Tire Automotive Car Care Center, 409 Otello Drive, Hampton, Georgia, 30228. King Shaka.
The Ifarisha Way of Life is also sponsored by the Ogun Oshun Vegetable Mart, located at the corner of Printry Street and Omera Road, Arima. We are also sponsored by Omo Inu, All Things Woman, the sole women's haven distributor for all feminine uni products and services. Trinidad and Tobago. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. We are also supported strongly by Potted Escapes. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. We are also being aided by the Throne of Gold. That is Iya Bemisuke. She is the person who heads the Throne of Gold. You can find her on Facebook and also on Instagram. Thank you.
Yes, a long time I hear that voice by Shaka, but you have other sponsors also.
Okay.
We also have the IFA School of Enlightenment, and Ziga Reed and those folks there. So as we are about to get into it, my reverence to God, he that spreads all over the universe.
Ashe.
Reverence to the dawn of the day, reverence to the sunset.
Ashe.
Reverence to Mother Earth, reverence to Urunmilia, witness to creation.
Ashe.
Reverence to the 200 Irumale on the right hand side of God.
Ashe.
Reverence to the 200 Irumale on the left hand side of God.
Ashe.
Reverence to the 401 Irumale, the ones that shuttle between heaven and earth.
Ashe.
Reverence to Akoda, the first IFA student.
Ashe.
Reverence to Asida, Akoda's first student. Reverence to the mothers, the beautiful birds.
Ashe.
Reverence to one's ancestors. Reverence to one's father. Reverence to one's mother. Reverence to one Olowo.
Ashe.
Reverence to one Ujobuna.
Ashe.
So I would like to send greetings to Arifa Lashe, Shubaye, members of the Mother's House of Knowledge in Kunupia there. I'd just like to greet some of the people on Facebook. Ronaldo Alexis, Alison Baines, Angie St. Paul, my Ianifa Olori Abaye, Ogboni Abaye, who is in Nigeria this time watching at the show. She says greetings to Shaka and to you too. Alatumi Sheepa, Risha Epa, Risha Epa. Shaka, I know you have your greetings, to send.
My greetings again to my Uluwo, Araba Dewale Osho, my Yanifa, Ye Agbamola Olomi Tutu Ido Oshun, my Ujubona, Baba Upakunle Ifakoya. I pay homage to my mother, my father.
Ashe.
I pay homage to all elders across this land of Trinidad and Tobago,
Ashe.
and even across in the region, and even across in Yoruba land. I give homage to our elders. Peace and blessings. Abu Raboyo.
Abu Shishi. Ubato. So we are here on the discussion tonight. It has been a long time, that we haven't touched here on the Shoot 919 FM with the Orisha Way of Life. But due to the job spec of the both of us,
yes.
Especially with this pandemic, it's very tough for us. So we are going to go, I'm going to read to you guys some info here. IFA gives us all the keys to its understanding, and it teaches us that none of us are to be in the position of poverty and lack. Which also means that if you have to think about whether or not you must go to the doctor or do you have the money to pay, to co-pay, you are trapped in this mindset. If you say, I cannot do this, Ebo, because I don't have the money, did you ask Ifa about the alternatives and follow through with the recommendations? The more education you have in Ifa, the more you will be able to save not only yourself, your family, your community, and your world.
Sure.
For this, in truth, is what we as priests are challenged to do. We must continuously scratch for the knowledge of Ifa to gain the needed access into the realm of the spirit and universe in order to create our better world. Ifa is a hierarchy and should come first is how we are to go about changing the conditions of our families. So we're just going to reiterate on that. Ifa, Shaka, Ifa is a way for us to understand life. It's a guideline, it's a blueprint, And your take on this, what I just read, Shaka?
Some keywords that you are now there. The key to open up all doors in this life or in this physical realm, this physical and this spiritual realm that we are in. When we say that Ifa is the key to unlock and open all doors, it simply spells out to me that there are instances and scenarios in a person's life when they may seem to be looking for answers to a particular situation, a particular problem. And it is when a person goes and consults Ifa, it is when the scenario would be broken down in a much more simpler form so that they would be able to understand. So, for example, when we say Ifa opens all doors, a person may be afflicted with sickness and, they may go to the doctor and the doctor may do the physical part of it. But when a person goes to Ifa, they would understand here what? I need to do certain spiritual sacrifices that would also aid in my physical health becoming well again. A person may be feeling as if, no doors in life is opening for them. Sometimes a person may suffer job loss. They may have a business and the business is going down to the ground. And no matter what they do, they may ask, has Olodumare forgotten me? It's not so. But when a person consults Ifa, Ifa would tell you what to do. Maybe it is the color of the business that is not attracting the correct energy that would make your business flow in a particular way. Or there may be certain spiritual obstacles that would be removed when a person consults Ifa. Ifa says in H. Chiogbe, Ifa, I know not how to plan.
Benny.
It is what you consider good for me. It's what I consider good and proper. Ifa says that in H. Chiogbe. And that says that Olodumare, according to Okoro Onwari, the universal spirit guiding this world, there's no situation that could be hidden from Olodumare. So all that a person does behind the scenes, in front, Olodumare sees. Olodumare does not forget the children. Olodumare does not forget the people. But it's up to us as a people to connect with Olodumare to find remedy, to find solution, to maneuver ourselves in this spiritual and this carnal world. Aburaboyo.
Ubato. So thank you there. And that's what we miss on the show, that connection. I know my brother is here, so we are doing it. So just shout out some of the people on Facebook streaming, on the Sheet 919 FM. Cathy Raymond says greetings. Elizabeth Battersby says Alafia brothers. Judy James all the way in the US, she says Alafia from New York. Bernadette London is also watching. So I just want to, we quote in here, we going along, Do you want the abundance mindset that says, I recognize there's enough for everyone. I have no limits to the wealth and abundance I'm attracting. I love the idea of being rich and happy. It excites me to give large amounts of money to worthy causes. Coons D, the mindset of poverty, 2012.
Hey.
Now, there is no right or wrong regarding your mindset, but you may have had the poverty mentality imposed on you without realizing it, and have been struggling a long time to succeed without realizing that was holding you back. If you want to be poor, great, then this is your choice. However, because I choose to, as a priest, to be grateful, I bow in gracious gratitude with this prayer.
Sure.
The vulture consumed the sacrifice material. The vulture refused to thank the provider of the materials for the provision. The next day, thank you for yesterday. Of the prophet of benevolence, this was a declaration of Ifa to Aina, the offspring of multiple generations. Ifa, I am grateful for the money you gave me yesterday. Shaka?
Ashe. And that again mirrors what is said in H. Yogbe when Ifa says that we give thanks for what a day.
Ashe.
Because when we give thanks for what we get today, it is when we shall receive another blessing tomorrow.
Benny.
Awari Meiji tells us the importance of giving thanks to those who gives us favor.
Benny.
Ifa strictly forbids a person who crosses a bridge and burns it. Ifa always tells us as a people that whenever we are seeking to open any doors, we first must give homage where homage is due.
Benny.
So that is why on this program, we start off by giving reverence. So we would say Iba, and Iba is, I give homage to Olodumare, one's Ori, one's mother, one father, and it comes down. Ifa tells us as a people in Irosun, Iwori, that if a person is in lack, is in want, is in financial distress, that person must first analyze their situation and get up and work. Ifa says, let everyone take a hoe, let everyone take a cutlass and go and work. In this scenario, whether it be the farm, whether it go be your own business, get up and work. Ifa tells us that we must not wallow in self-pity. We must get up and move, and the ancestors would be in front waiting to open those spiritual doors for us. Ashe.
Ashe. Obara Irete, Ifa, I thank you very much. Ifa,
Ashe.
I am grateful for the child you gave me yesterday.
Ashe.
Obara Irete, Ifa, I thank you very much. Ifa, I am grateful for the health you gave me yesterday.
Ashe.
Obara Irete, Ifa, I thank you for yesterday. Ifa, I am grateful for the Ire you gave me yesterday. Obara Irete, Ifa, I thank you very much. You know, as devotees and adherents of Ifa and Orisha, it is incumbent upon us to educate our people in the art of gratitude to Ifa, which is the hierarchy of all Orisha, our initiation to Ifa.
Ashe.
This is what the Ogba Ashe was about. It was not the other way around. It is Olodumare and Orunmila hold equitable status as Osha Otura stipulates.
Ashe. And again, Ifa says that when we wake up in the morning, we give thanks.
Ashe.
And we give thanks, you know, with joy, praise, and humility to that our Creator, whom is opening doors of blessings for us.
Benny.
As Ifa says in Oyeku Meiji, the sun is just rising over the horizon.
Ashe.
It is an indication of the onset of a new day. Cast divination for Oye, the one that from the sky become bright like the king of cotton. This Ifa is telling us that with the dawn of each day, we shall meet our blessings once we do the correct sacrifices.
Ashe.
Ikameji says the sacrifices that we do today would ensure what type of blessings we get tomorrow. So whether a person is on the road working, is in the hospitals working, is in the schools working, it is the sacrifice you put out that would ensure your level of comfort, even in your spiritual life as well too. People sometimes would say, oh gosh, Ebo expensive. But Ebo is given sacrifice to make sure that balance is maintained where there is imbalance. So whether there may become a time when a person may be meeting obstacles, maybe they have to appease their ancestors with Adimu, or whether it is their Egbe that needs attention to bring back yourself in that spiritual balance. Consult a competent, adept, Babalawo, Iyanifa, Olorisha, whomsoever is competent within your circle, consult them so that the correct sacrifices can be made to bring back balance in your life.
Bene.
Asheo.
Osatua, he that steps into the river would know the depth of the water.
Benny.
He that shouts a cry of help will widen his eyes up the sky. Cast divination for Urunmilia
Benny.
on the day he was inquiring of the secrets of Olodumare. Would I discover the secrets of everything on earth? He asks. They told him to perform sacrifice. But he should go and place his sacrifice at the beach. Urunmilia then performed the sacrifice. He carried his sacrifice and made for the beach. As he was about to place his sacrifice, Olodumare had removed his cloth. He was stark naked, but the robust part of Olodumare's buttocks is the ocean. As Olodumare inhales the ocean's current would breeze offshore, when he exhales, the ocean current would breeze onshore, far. The breaths in and out of Olodumare is the reason for the ocean's current and movement. As Urunmilia was about to place the sacrifice, Olodumare became suspicious. You, Urunmilia? Then Urunmilia answered, did you not see my secret? Olodumare asked. I only saw the robust part of your buttocks, Urunmilia answered. There is nothing you will not know, henceforth, Olodumare says. Urunmilia then started to dance and rejoice. He was praising his Babalawos. His Babalawos were praising Ifa.
Benny.
He that shouts a cry for help would widen his eyes to the sky. Cast divination for Urunmilia. On the day he was inquiring of the secrets of Olodumare, it is you and we, Urunmilia and Olodumare, they are equal status. It is you and we.
And that again shows, the hierarchy of Ifa. Urunmilia Jana, Ifa Olokun, Ashoro Dayo, Eleri Ipui, Ibikeji Olodumare. When we say Ibikeji Olodumare, that is the second in command to Olodumare. Ifa says, in Osa, Otura, what is truth? And truth, according to Ifa, is the unfailing word of Olodumare over our lives and over all things that was, that shall be,
Benny,
and what will be in the future. Ifa tells us in that Udu that my brother just read there, that the hierarchy, Olodumare, Urunmilia, who knows the secret of heaven? Urunmilia. Urunmilia is the one, again, who was there when we went in search of our destiny. Ifa says in Ofuneji, we start where we end.
Ben.
We must know our destiny. We must know our purpose.
Mashe.
So when we talk about Orun Miller in the diaspora, Orun Miller is the one that all Orisha Irumale consults with
Ben.
to find out what is taking place in a person's life. Even if a person is under Ogun, Oshun, Oya, Obaluwaye, Egbe,
Mashe.
they all would consult with Barami, Agboniregun, or Runmela to find out what is taking place in our lives to bring back balance. Orisha and ancestors, all of them consult with Orun Miller to find out what is taking place. According to Onwari Ogunda, Ifa says, I wake up and I behave as my Ifa tells me. It is the Upwe that I am following. I will not consult an imbecile or a fool in his house. What Ifa tells me is what I would always do. And that is saying, Ifa recommendation cannot be matched by man. Again, I shall say it. Ifa is saying that Ifa recommendation cannot be matched by the recommendation or the opinions of human beings. Yes, we would have our Ori, but our Ori would always be in line with what our destiny is. And if a person's Ori is out of balance, it's then their utterances, their movements, and all of these things would be out of balance. So, Onwari Oguna says, I wake up and I behave as my Ifat tells me. So we have to hold on to the words of Ifa in order to behave and carry about ourselves in a particular way that is righteous to Oduman. Abu Raboyo.
What? You know, we
flowing nice.
Yeah, we flowing.
MC.
You know, and we on the whole heights of Ifa and what it is about, because you know, this week is a very good week for myself because I'll be celebrating my youth strong on Saturday. So I thank. So I ask and my ancestors, most important, and my Uri to always guide me and bless me to do the things I have to do. With Ifa, you know, people ask, what is Ifa? Where Ifa come from? Ifa was always there. You know, with Ifa, all things are possible. This is an age-long saying which all Ifa devotees have to accept as given. Yet on many occasions, devotees pray for certain things to happen in their lives, or even for some undesirable conditions to change, and the conditions remain unchanged, and what they want fail to happen. They padded left and right, but their canoe stood still. What could have been responsible for this? In order to have a full understanding of what could be responsible for the non-realization of our fervent desires, it is more appropriate to commence with those conditions which make them realized and realizable, and the advantages of following these steps.
Benny.
It is certain that if we handle the topic this way, it will surely be clear to us why some people succeed where others fail, why some people attain higher spiritual elevation where others are spiritually backward, why some people are contented with life while others are grappling with frustration. Ogberusun, Ifa says, had it been that we are listening to Ifa at all times, we will live long as elders of old.
Share Ogbo long life and good health.
Benny. Had it been that we truly following Ifa at all times, we surely will last as long as the ancestors long gone by. The knife with its broad blade, these was Ifa's declaration to Oko, the offspring of Onairi Isanbi. Now, Elaborate, you know.
You know, when you really sit down and you immerse yourself in the word of Ifa, you know, and you take your time and you reread, you know, the experiences of our elders of old, it really tells us that in order for us to be successful, we need to stick on that path which is proper and laid out for us by following our true destiny.
Benny.
Because as you said, our elders of old, they lived long. And Ifa tells us that long life is benevolence. Living a life long and following your destiny and fulfilling your destiny. That is the full victory of life. But Ifa tells us, if you live a life long in want and in poverty and in sadness, it says that you need to do some investigation. Because Ifa doesn't want us to suffer. Yes, there would be times when, you know, life would present certain obstacles. There would be high days, there would be low days, but Ifa tells us that we must stick on our road. Ifa tells us in Ofun Meji that there are many roads. You know, people say to a railroad, it have shortcuts. But think about it. Each and every person was uniquely and specially designed by Obatala.
Hey, Paurisha.
And we then went to the market of Ido,
Benny.
to the home of Ajala,
Benny.
to pick a destiny. And we were also given a particular thing, a particular uniqueness to come on this physical world and manifest, to further uplift our spirit. And when we live out of what we chose, it is when we would be putting ourselves in a situation whereby we would be out of alignment. We cannot look on the right and look on the left and want to do what everybody else is doing. We have to look forward. Just glance on the left and on the right, you know, but keep forward and focus on your goal, your destiny, your purpose, because Olodumare and the ancestors are there rooting for us to do that which is right. Abura Boyo.
You know, we going through the Udu, you know, we touching on it, you know, we just flowing, you know.
This is it's sweet.
This is how, you know.
You know it's sweet.
And it is very good to understand and elaborate on the Udus, you know. So, Ifa states further that only those who live long will have the opportunity of attaining their heart's desires. In Ijiogbe, Ifa says, the albino is he who grows gray hair all over his body. And a cripple is he who cannot raise his hands to carry the Orisha calabash container from the pantry. These were Ifa's declarations to Imi, life, the child of Olodumare. He was advised to offer Ebo. Orisha Emi, life is the most important Orisha. Life is the most essential. If life is not lost, nothing is lost. Orisha Emi is the most important if life is not lost. All the good things of life are attainable. Orisha Emi is the most essential. The statement of Ifa in Ijiogbe now gives us the reason why Ifa says that those who listen to and follow Ifa truly and sincerely shall be blessed with longevity. This simply means that they will be blessed with all the opportunities to attain and achieve their fervent desires in life. Besides this, what are the other advantages that we can achieve if we truly and sincerely listen to and follow Ifa all the time. Ifa says that we shall be blessed with 4 things. These are divine connection, divine direction, divine assurance and reliability, divine productivity.
Share. Ifa, bewa, oh, may Ifa continue and always continue to support us. May our Ori as well continue to support us.
Sure.
Ifa, the unmatched word of Oludumare tells us in Age Yogbe that Emi, our spiritual essence, life, as we would say in our English tongue. Once life is not lost, there's blessings.
Sure.
Ifa tells us when a person lives to a ripe old age and they pass on without blood being shed from their body,
Benny.
it means that that is a honorable transition. Ifa tells us when a person is killed and blood is coming out of their body, it is not the wish or the will of Orun.
Benny.
So Ifa is telling us that when we live and we live our life in alignment to what our purpose and our destiny is, in the end, our transition would be smooth.
Benny.
When we transit, it's when we would lay our backs on the mat of comfort and peace. That is because we have fulfilled our divine mission and we are going back to our spiritual home in comfort and peace. Ifa tells us in Age Yogbe, do not rush the world hurriedly. Do not grasp at the rope of wealth hurriedly.
Benny.
Ifa says, that which should be treated with mature judgment, let us not deal with it in a state of uncontrolled passion.
Sure.
Ifa is telling us as a people to take it down.
Benny.
Take with time. Don't rush things. Take it slow. Look at everything you do, whether it is going to buy something, whether it's to buy a house, buy a car. Look at people carefully.
Benny.
Because Ifa is also saying that there is trickery in this world amongst people. Look at things wise. You might hear something. Ifa also tells us in Iwori Meiji, take time and listen both sides.
Sure.
Ifa tells us in Iwori Meiji, it is a wicked elder who would hear one side and jump to a conclusion.
Benny.
Ifa tells us in Iwori Meiji that a person, in order to judge a situation, must hear both sides. And that alone would tell us that Ifa does not like and engage in gossiping. Abura Boyo.
Ogbato, we're going through smooth, divine connection, because we just speak about divine connection, divine direction, divine assurance and reliability, divine productivity. Divine connection. When we have achieved divine connection, the following shall be added to it. A divine security, A, and B, divine pragmatism, because we listen to and follow Ifa truly and sincerely all the time. Ifa will reward us by making available to us the opportunity to tap into divine information and spring of life directly. I'm going to read that again.
Bring it.
I'm going to say that again.
Bring it, brother.
Ifa will reward us by making available to us the opportunity to tap into the divine information and spring of life directly. I want you to elaborate on that a little more, Shaka, because this piece here in divine connection, explain it, as I say, Ifa will reward us.
And you see that thing you're touching on called divine connection. Even when we're talking about Ifa and we're speaking about, the sojourn of Orunmila, in the olden days when he was making trips from Orun to Aye, he was coming from Orun to Aye on a mission. That is divine connection. Your divine connection is the mission that Olodumare give you.
Benny.
And again, we can't even stress more on keeping focus. Divine connection. You could say what? The path that you are supposed to trek on, it cannot be diverted.
Ashe.
Ifa shall reward us just as Olodumare, the ancestors, had rewarded Orunmila in Otura Meji when he was making trips from Orun to Aye, and on every single mission he was divinely connecting himself with Olodumare. And on this particular occasion, when it was time for Orunmila to come back to earth, Olodumare summoned all the Irumole, all the ancestors, all the Orisha, and they said, you, Orunmila, you have been successful on every journey you have made in carrying out the will of Orun on Aye. On this trip, you shall be blessed with Omo, children, Aya, wife, Ile, house, Owo, money, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All the blessings was given unto Olodumare because in his previous missions, he did divinely connect himself with the will of Olodumare. Ifa tells us as a people, if the wicked enjoys today, they will suffer tomorrow.
Ben.
Let us not engage in things that would label us as being wicked. Judgment is for Olodumare.
Ashe.
The ancestors sees all things, but we need to divinely connect ourselves to keep that divine connection intact. Abura boyo.
Ogbato, you know. Wow.
Peace and blessings, you know.
Yeah, wow.
Ifa is the truth.
You know,
Ifa
we
is
just shout out some of the people streaming live on Facebook. You know, Ifa Komio Strong is watching. Denise Yearwood is watching. Brenda Raymond from Brooklyn, New York is locked on the Ifa Risha Way of Life. So we say to you guys, you know, due to the job spec that we the both of us do, and with the COVID, you know, there are restrictions and there are rules in the studio. And once we are working, as we use our word duty, we will not be able to carry out the show. But we are trying to put something in place when that happens. And, you know, soon come the SOE might just drop down and we might get more time, you know. So we got to do what we got to do. You know, we are frontline workers at the end of the day, and we are making it happen. Right, you know, Jillian Celto is also locked on. She says, good evening, our Shaka.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm a people in Matarita. Peace and blessings, love in the house.
Matarita, boy, you know, as celebrating Merge Strong Saturday coming, you know, one of the places where I will go on my birthday is in that shrine in Matarita and enjoy myself.
Oh,
you know, in Oshun Festival. But, you know, Ifa is good. Something is going to happen. Keon Rodriguez is also locked on. So we are continuing with Divine Connection, and I'll go into Divine Security. We will have limitless access to divine information. We can download and upload information on whatever and any aspect of life because we are always online with the cosmic. We have divine security. Divine security. With our being divinely connected, who can harm us? Nobody. In Ogbe Alara, Ogbe Atura, Ifa says, Baba Meningo, they were the hour who cast Ifa for Urunmila. When going to carry his spouses into the house of longevity, Baba Meningo, our Baba Meningo, they were the hour who cast Ifa for Urunmila. When going to carry his children into the house of longevity, Baba Meningo, our Baba Meningo, They were the hour who cast Ifa for himself of longevity. He was advised to offer Ebo. He compiled. If it is the house of longevity, I shall carry my spouses into it. Baba Meningo, Baba Meningo. If it is the house of longevity, I shall secure for my children. Baba Meningo, Baba Meningo. If it is a house of longevity, I shall make room for myself. Baba Meningo, Baba Meningo. This Udu assures us that divine security is not only for us, rather our spouses and children are also given consideration and included. The implication of this is that as we listen to and follow Ifa all the times of our lives, Ifa is thinking beyond us. I go say it again. The implication of this is that as we listen to and follow Ifa at all times of your lives, Ifa is thinking beyond us.
Sure.
Ifa, the voice of Olodumare, which has assured the essence of its own, has already included our spouses and children in its reward scheme. This is a clear confirmation of the fact that whatever we do certainly rub off on our loved ones, good or evil. Now, this is a serious piece of statement here.
Bring it again, brother.
This is a clear confirmation of the fact that whatever we do certainly rub off on our loved one, good or evil. So if you feel you're lying down below the bed in the dark and doing wrong and nobody in senior, Olodumare senior,
The ancestors.
and your ancestors senior, and their children had a P, everybody got a P for it. You know, this is a clear confirmation of the fact that whatever we do certainly rub off our loved ones, good or evil. In the same vein, Ifa assures us that when we listen to and follow Ifa truly and sincerely all the times of our lives, when any evil is approaching, we shall be informed. Ashe to that.
Ashe.
You know,
Ashe.
because we are connected online to access the information is very easy through Ifa consultation.
Benny, facts.
Ifa will give us a signal that there's information to download. We can then access the information when we consult Ifa. The signal can be dreams, hunch, meditation, or even advice from any source.
Benny.
Oworin, Irosun, Ifa says. So I'll just stop for my brother to go through.
And again, we can't even emphasize enough how the importance of consulting Ifa is for our personal self, our family, our community, by extension, our country. Because again, Ifa sees all things. According to Ogunda Meji, Ifa says, we know yesterday, we know today, we know not of tomorrow. We don't even know of the next tomorrow. Ifa is saying that Ifa is like the vulture in the city of Egemo,
Benny.
being there, overlooking to protect its children. Ifa says that Ifa is like the water that flows in the river, protecting the pebbles in that river. That is how Ifa would protect its people, its children. Ifa is saying that Ifa is like the mother hen overarching her wings to protect her children. That is how Ifa protects their people. Ifa tells us in Ogbe Otura that as a family we must go to our Ifa. It's as a family we must congregate. It's as a family we must unite in order to overcome all obstacles. Oyeku Meji tells us that despite there will be challenges, obstacles, and harm in this world,
Benny.
once you go to Ifa, Ifa would deal with you in the best suitable way. Ifa does not want us to wallow in pain. Ifa does not want us to be aimless. Ifa wants us to just follow our ipwin, which is our destiny. Aburu aboye o.
Ogbato. I'd like to say Alafiyata Tiba Swamba, blessings to the Ifa Orisha community from members of the Ile Juba Gogbo Orisha Mimu no sir
Share.
of Tableland. You know,
Good
they are always
Good
locked
people
on,
from
you know.
Tableland.
Yeah. The whole team down there, Kenyatta, they are always,
Wamba, all of them in the house, man.
you know, they are locked on, you know. It's a long time we do this, you know. Urino Ifa says, he was the Awo who cast Ifa for only 2 of Magbon on the way to Iradaland. When he was surrounded by evil principalities, he was advised to offer a bow. He compiled. He was asked to prepare a lot of food such as pounded yam, amala, cornmeal, meat, fish and drinks, and he complied. I ate to my satisfaction in the home of Unitude. Let the dead come in to kill Unitude and form Awo for appropriate solution. You know? So, you want to elaborate on that, Shaka?
Well, again,
Ebo is important.
Doing Ebo, doing your spiritual checkup. I'll even speak in much more layman terms. Just as we would have a physical vehicle, a car, and when we, as the driver of that vehicle, start to feel a disturbance in the balance of that vehicle, we will go to the mechanic.
Benny.
Our body is our physical. Our body is our physical vehicle, and when our spirituality is out of alignment with our physical, we would start to feel certain sensations on our physical self. So that is why Ifa says you consult Ifa to get to understand whatever you may be going through.
Benny.
You go, you consult, you know, because Ifa doesn't want their children, its children, to be in discomfort.
Benny.
Ifa wants us to live, to enjoy what Olodumare and the Irumale and the Orisha and the ancestors have put in place for us as a people.
Benny.
In Owanri Shogbe, Ifa says, if death is coming for me, Ifa protect me.
Sure.
If harm is coming to me, Opoya Shinla, protect me.
Sure.
Eleri Ipui, protect me.
Ben.
If motor vehicle accident is coming towards its devotee, it is Eleri Ipui, Opita Ife, the great historian of Ile Ife, that is Orumela, that would go, sit, and divine for his child to find out what is the problem taking place with his children.
Benny.
Aburaboye.
Ogbato. So we touched on divine security. We touched on divine connection. I'm going to go to divine connection. Divine connection, divine security. I'm going to go to divine connection now. So we're flowing and running good. With divine connection, all evil principalities shall be exposed and contained before they could have the power to wreak any havoc. We must, however, note that if we are always happy with what Ifa had done for us, there is bound to be envy. You know, this, I'm just pointing out certain lines here, you know. We must, however, know that if we are always happy with what Ifa had done for us, there is bound to be envy. Fellow human beings, friends and foes alike, are bound to rise up against us one way or another. And this happening, this does happen. This does happen. This is not something strange, you know, that we don't know about, you know. And this what to show you what Ifa is about, you know. Ifa is not really something strange or some kind of mumbo jumbo thing that all people have it now. Yeah. You know, just like how we just give everybody the respect, we need that respect also. You know, Ifa says that if and when we do, we shall be protected in the same Oworin Onitude. Ifa says, the feeling of the strong iron tree, the shoe is it that make sound on the floor. These were Ifa's declarations to Onitut. Offspring of the sharp edge of the cutting knife, when coming from heaven to earth, and when he was in the midst of enemies, he was advised to offer ebo. He compiled, now, wherever you know, you can shout my name too. The tortoise will never experience headache, and the snail will never suffer from liver problem. The fish will never experience cold in the river. Wherever you know, you can carry my matter too. Ifa has assured us that no matter how hard our enemies, again, Ifa has assured us that no matter how hard our enemies try, they will be able to do us no harm. With this assurance, need we bother ourselves with any or all of the evil designs of conspiracies of our foes anymore?
There is an Udu in Ifa that says that when people look at you and they start to envy you, it is when your tree is bearing good fruits.
Asher.
Ifa says that the best payback for a person who is envious of another person is for that righteous person to let their fruits continue to bear.
Asher.
Because if you stop on your mission, that means the enemies have won.
Many.
So if the enemy is attacking when you are doing the righteous work, continue on your mission and Ifa would protect you.
Asher.
Osameji speaks about Uluku Solalu Shango Kabesi and Rigbata Shegun. On the day he took thunderstones and won the battle against his foes.
Many.
Osameji tells us that Shango was victorious because Shango consulted Ifa, and Ifa told Shango what to do in order to overcome all adversaries, all principalities, all negativity,
Benny.
all foes.
Asher.
Ifa is the way of life.
Asher. 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 You know, we're going to touch on divine pragmatism because I know my brother had to leave just now. You know?
Oh, God.
You know, and it's running sweet, you know. It's a long time the people in gate running as sweet as this, you know.
Man.
Divine pragmatism. Ifa says we shall not fail.
At all.
The moment we listen to and follow Ifa truly and sincerely, all the days of our lives, we shall imbibe the fact that everything has its own time of maturity. We shall never be in a hurry to attain anything in life. You didn't say this earlier?
Yeah, never be in a hurry.
You know, for example, if we plant maize, we need to have the patience to wait for 3 months to allow the maize to grow and mature before we pluck it for consumption. If we pluck it before this time, it shall not be fit for consumption. In the same vein, if we desire anything from Ifa, we must be patient. Shaka just touched on this earlier on. To wait for the thing to mature before we grab it. If we fail to do this, we cannot lay claim to the fact that we are truly and sincerely listening to Ifa. Ifa all the days of our lives in Oshi Iniwiri, Oshi Ogbe, Ifa says, the shoulders are branches of the neck. This was the Ifa, the true son of Agbonimigan. When coming from heaven to earth, he was advised to offer Ebo. He compiled, Ifa will never die in 20 years.
At all.
Those who wish to be true children of Ifa, Ifa says that you need not hurry to attain success. Those who wish to be true children of Ifa, Ifa says that you need not hurry to attain success.
Asher.
Ifa will never die in 30 months.
Asher.
Those who wish to be true children of Ifa, Ifa says that you need not to hurry to accomplish anything in life. So part of what we need to listen to is the fact that we must all times wait for whatever we want in life to mature before we pluck it for our usage. It is when we do it that we can say that we are truly and sincerely children of Ifa.
Ashe.
When we see other people enjoying what they have, whether they deserve it or not, we need not to envy them. All we need to do is to wait for our own, which we will truly deserve to mature. We cannot impatiently consume a hot soup. If we do it, it will scald our tongue. That is facts. That is facts. You know,
Facts.
our tongue. And when the soup is eventually cold, our mouth will not let us enjoy it anymore. Balance.
Ashe. Facts.
You know?
You know, this Ifa that you read there about being patient reminds me of Obatala, Orishanla, in Ogbe Oshe, when Orishanla went for Ifa consultation to find out, you know, when wealth would
Come his way.
And Ifa said, go to the market and buy and get a laborer. So when Orunmila went in the market, no, in fact, when the advice the Babalawo said, when you go to the market, you would see someone with physical deformities. Go and get them. So when Obatala went, he saw a cripple. So he bought him as help. When he went home and he said, hey, go in the farm and pick corn and help me work in the farm. So Obatala went out, and when he came back home, the cripple was not able to do what he had told him to do. So he became frustrated. He thought, what kind of thing is this? How does cripple could help me? So he went out the next day, and it was that same crippled person who was out in that farm, and he saw a nest of parrots, and that cripple caught all the parrots and placed them in a basket. And as we know in the tradition, one of the most sacred feathers is that red parrot feather. It is sacred in our spirituality, and it's only people who has that spirit, you will call out acumen and responsibility given to them in Orun, are the ones who are allowed to wear it. So when Obatala came home and he saw that the cripple had caught the parrots, it made him wealthy. So it shows that having patience is the key to attaining wealth. Even in Osa, in Ogbe, Otura, Ifa says, in the dawn of our lives, we must work hard so that later on in our dusk, all the things we had put in work towards, it would come to us. We must work hard in the morning time of our lives. Work hard. Put in this work. And even if it have young ones listening the program now, this is the time of learning. So later on, when it is time for earning, you would be in the driver's seat to control your destiny. Asheyo, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshise.
Ogbato, you know. I know my boy had to go, but I just want to finish this one line here and then, you know. So, in Irite Oren, Ifa has this to say. We do not live in the same house. Therefore, the directions to our houses are not the same.
Facts.
Had it been that we live in the same direction, I would have accompanied you, even to your house. Those were Ifa's declarations to Baila, who planned to be Ifa's disciple. He was advised to offer a bow. Behold, the journey of our father is like that of an ant. Only those who can follow an ant will be able to follow Ifa. The journey of our father is like that of an ant. To follow Ifa, we must have the patience what we are just talking about that it takes to follow an ant. We can experiment this and observe how an ant travels in its own journey. Then we will understand what Ifa means. The second pragmatic lesson is that to be a true disciple of Ifa, we must learn to move with the pace of an ant. No rush, no hurry. Ifa says that is only when we do this that our success will come at the time that it will be enjoyed. By then, all challenges and oppositions would have been eliminated. Envious friends and foes would have been totally subdued because we are divinely connected. We will know when, how, and why we need to download our rewards from Ifa. In Iwori, Ugunda, Ifa says, let us add palm oil to Isuru, Betayam, and salt to banana. This was the Ifa cast for Olomo Jegin when crying that his Ire, goodness is too late to arrive from heaven. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. It is time to feel happy and celebrate. We shall all rejoice over this matter. It is surely time for celebration. With patience and perseverance, our achievement shall be the most enjoyable, juiciest, and most rewarding attainment in life. It is only those who are blessed with divine connection who can be pragmatic enough to understand that our reward will only come when all obstacles have been subdued and eliminated. It is also with divine pragmatism that we do not blame witches and wizards or other people when our time has not yet matured to attain success. Now, that last line there, that is a normal thing with people, as some mom tell you.
They blame everything else.
That person put something on me, that person put. But if I say, wait, have patience, take your time.
Facts.
When you get rid of all the envious people and the foes and the bad-minded people, all shall be well. We must fulfill our traditional rights as a people. Shaka, I know you had to go just to elaborate quick on that last thing.
Again, Ifa, the unequaled word of Olodumare, in that Udu, is telling us that we must be accountable for our actions.
Ben.
In the last part there, Ifa is in that at times when failures meets us at the junction, some people may be quick, or to blame everything else but what they themselves is doing.
Ben.
Ifa always tells us that we must look within, fix the problems within ourselves first, and then fix on the outside. You fix yourself, you take account of what you have done, if it was done halfway or if it was done in full. Ifa tells us that we must fix ourselves first in order to access and accept the blessings that is there for us. There's no time in our lives that one man can stand alone without Ifa.
Benny.
There's no time in a person's life. Once a person's Ori is connected to Ifa, that person would be in perfect alignment. Problems we fix within in order to fix the problems on the outside. Aburu, Aboye, Aboshi said, thank you. Thank you, Alatumishe.
Yes.
Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, so we'll be taking a break. My brother has to make his exit now. Don't you dare touch that dial. It's all about the Ifa way of life on the Sheet 919 FM.
Ashe.
kuso. Epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du, epo duru duru du, epo dere dere de, epo duru duru du. Emi awa kwemi la rije, emi awa. Shango kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije, emi awa. Shango kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije, emi awa. Oya kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije, emi awa. Oya kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije, emi awa. Shango kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije. Oya kwemi la rije, emi awa kwemi la rije. Oya kwemi la rije, emi awa.
Yes, so we're back at it on the Iforisha Way of Life. I'm going to play a documentary by Egbe Omo Oni Isheshe group. You know, this documentary about ancestors, those who paved the way for us, I mean, it's very exciting. Don't miss it. You know, Olumbe and his whole team, his whole group, you know, just doing good things, you know, Ijuba, Igungun, you know, so sit back, relax, and watch it right here on the Street 919 FM.
Daddy, last night I went to a feast, well, and the things I'm seeing these days is really not like how the feast and them used to carry me in long time, but getting real different. You're seeing a lot of strange things. I mean, compared to a long time, the feast and them used to carry me in, I know I big and going out by myself. It's really different, but you know something I just study how feast used to be long ago for you. How them long time days really used to be?
Well, the first thing I could tell you about is that feast was a solemn and serious thing more than today.
Right.
There was a holiness and a worship in the feast taking place. And according to our teachings, even when I was small, my elders always taught me that in this form of worship, that the first set of people we had to call on was the ancestors.
Ancestors, yeah.
They always dealt with the ancestors first, even from during the week before the feast, where before the feast actually started. Yes, they would sing for the ancestors during the feast, but before the feast actually started, they called the ancestors, and that helped to bring the sacredness, the sanctity, as to what feast really is about. And I feel that it was, it was more devotional, but the thing is, the feast began with worship to the ancestors, a veneration of the ancestors, so that we know that we are on a road that our ancestors walk, and we walk in it too.
Right,
and we following them. And so I feel that once that began, and people got into the devotional mood, into the holy mood, into the worship mood, beginning with the ancestors, then the feast had to take a different direction, and people coming would have taken a different direction. And that, to me, is what is missing, because if the sanctity and the worship come in early in today's day, who knows, that might help it. It might bring people back to the seriousness of what the feast really was.
Asha, how you quiet so?
Boy, I know got a little vibes there.
What kind of vibes you talking about?
I know got a nice piece of music in my ears there.
Amiwa ori la ogu awa osu iyama iyalo shagbalawa dadawo.
Amiwa ori bela ogu awa osu iyama iyalo shagbalawa dadawo.
Amiwa ori bela ogu awa osu iyama iyalo shagbalawa dadawo.
Amiwa ori bela oru awa osu iyama iyalo shagbalawa dadawo.
Tell me where it is here now, or you could hum it. Me hear you.
Ah la 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 la.
Where that come out this morning?
I don't know.
You hear that, girl? Let me tell you, Daddy carried me in a feast over 16 years ago. I was still going I was now finished CXC. A lady by the name of Tanti Dainty in Gasparilla. That's the first time I hear that song and the words. And let me see if I can remember the words, boy. Because they don't sing this in Pali now, eh? Amiwa ori, Bella oru, awa osu, Iyama, Iyalo, Shagbalawa, Dada o.
That is the music and all there.
That is the music.
That is it.
Daddy will be the person to really tell you what they used to use that song for and how it used to be sung.
Oh, I want to know where you get that.
That is real old school. That song is a real old school song, but that is the person to explain that song, not
Well, and that was used to venerate the ancestors even before you started singing. For the Orishas at the beginning of feast, it even used to start at the veneration of the ancestors from the week before the feast, and every night. But it was also sung when they had ancestral pilgrimages, when one shrine used to visit another shrine on an ancestral pilgrimage. So that in our teaching, what we were taught is that in every form of worship, we call the ancestors first. So the feast must be different because we're not starting the feast where it should start. And we also used to use it, there were ancestral pilgrimages in the past from one shrine to another shrine, ancestral pilgrimage. Where they're dealing with the ancestors alone. And that was the first song as you're entering the yard. And you're going into the palace. That was the song. But where that come out? With you, girl?
No, I don't know.
Them ancestors are wrong, man.
Yeah. You got it, well. Whatever I do to teach all the rest.
I want to know the rest.
Right.
Call me mama for me. Call me mama for me. Call me mama and call me papa and call me mama for me. Call me mama for me. Call me mama for me. Call me mama and call me papa and call me mama for me.
It is now a pitiful place. The chant has become a dirge. When eyes are two, they watch events unfold. When legs are two, they walk with heavy treading. When the behinds are two, they sit on a mat. One hand does not jingle. Also, one leg will not walk with a fast treading. We are all called differently. I am asked to kneel and greet those before me. I knelt and greeted those before me. I am asked to kneel and call on those who are behind me. I knelt and called on those who are behind me. They ask, who are those before me? I say it is one's ancestors. Those are the ones who are before me. They asked, who are those behind me? I say it is the Orisha in one's family that are behind. When the Ethiopian swallow builds its nest, it is suspended in the sky, looking at the Creator and looking at the humans on earth. Atangegere kas ifa for Odushola, the child of Aranashe, whose father died when he was a child without knowledge of how to perform divination, and not having been to Ife for the Ifa festival. When all the ritual materials were gathered, he started crying and saying that he did not know what was to be offered first. Ancestors, descend and make this ritual a success for us.
Eguwala wala mi so, eguwala wala mi bo. Koiko karelewo, eguwala wala mi so. Eguwala wala mi so, eguwala wala mi bo. Koiko karelewo, eguwala wala mi so. Eguwala wala mi so. Egun wala mi bo, koiko karelewo. Egun wala mi so. Egun wala mi so. Egun wala mi bo, koiko karelewo. Egun wala mi so. Egun wala mi so. Egun wala mi bo. Koiko karelewo, igun wala mi so. Igun wala mi so. Igun wala mi bo. Koiko karelewo, igun wala mi so. Kan chiwale gun kan chiwalo. Igun bere mi ajare, kori konkoto, koi koto. Bere mi ajare, kori konkoto, koi koto. Bere mi ajare, kori konkoto, koi koto. Igun bere mi ajare, bere mi ajare, kori konkoto, koi koto. Kori konkoto, koi koto. Kori konkoto, koi koto. Igun bere mi ajare, bere mi ajare, kori konkoto, koi koto. Kori konkoto, koi koto. Kori konkoto, koi koto. Amiwa ori, bela oru, awa osu. Iyama iyalo, shagbalawa dadawo. Amiwa ori, bela oru, awa osu. Iyama iyalo, shagbalawa dadawo. Amiwa ori, bela oru, awa osu. Iyama iyalo, shagbalawa dadawo. Amiwa ori, bela oru, awa osu. Iyama iyalo, shagbalawa dadawo. Amiwa ori, bela oru, awa osu. Iyama ṣàgbàláwa dáadáa o. Àmì wá orí bẹ̀là òru àwa oṣù ìyá máa ìyá lọ ṣàgbàláwa dáadáa o. Àmì wá orí bẹ̀là òru àwa oṣù ìyá máa ìyá lọ ṣàgbàláwa dáadáa o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀ ni àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀ ni àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀ ni àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀ ni àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀ ni àwẹ̀ wà o. Àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo, lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Lékeléké o ìyá ibẹ̀ wọ̀n ní àwẹ̀ wà o. Àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo, àwẹ̀ wúwo. Kàrèlé dúdú dáwà, kàrèlé ọ̀ṣun nìníyàwó. 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 Wale dada kibo igun wale edu wale Ramadan ìṣẹ́rọ ẹlùwáyé 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 ìbò lélelélele sí yàmbá lélelélele sí yàmbá. 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 Bolelelele si yamba, lelelelele si yamba. Bolelelele si yamba, lelelelele si yamba. Ashabala fe, ashabala fe, yeah ashabala fe, ashabala fe, yeah ashabala fe, ashabala fe. Yeah, Ashabalafe, Ashabalafe, yeah, Ashabalafe, Ashabalafe, Ojo kama wo karele, 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 Ojo kama wo karele. Ojo kama wo karele,
since I growing up. You introduced me to my first Sorishaya firehouse.
First feast you ever went to that game.
Well, it's not you alone, a lot of people.
I was about 50 years, so people go watch me and say, but where you come from? My first feast is in Baba Mitchell yard.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Old years in time, New Year's, I say, but Red Man, what going on here? There's a fete, we go and done now. You understand? And you know, with time, you know, then I stick on the spiritual Baptist road and then I just say, wow, dive. And I wish at some point in time, if I should go and win for the year, I know you're out there, I wish at some point in time, these elders in this sweet country of Trinidad and Tobago could forget, because I sit here, elders just come here and they just talk. You understand? No, I never hear no elder talk it, because if I speak about that, you understand? And I wish one day, one time, I could see the elders coming together and just making this thing happen for the betterment of the diaspora and for the betterment for the future. That the ancestors who went through the rough and tough time, who had to hide in the bush, who used to face like the other people who face jail time, who went through, or like Mother Connox and all these people who went through the tough set of times. If we could just come together, just like how you put two hands together and interlock it and make this thing happen, boy, I wish this could happen.
It has always been like that, sir. I feel it started happening after that time. Since I know myself, youth and feast, elders warring with one another and church, it has always been like that. There's not no thing.
But the only thing is that we as the youth in them time, and we used to give the elders real respect. You know, right now, the youth and them have elders who afraid to talk to them. You know, they're more aggressive, you know, because everything get more modern, everything, you know, is more technology, is more, you know, the education get, you know, so you find the youth and them, they start to stray, you know.
But my brother, as you were
saying before, you know, when you see somebody fall for the first time and they go and they do this piece of initiation and thing, and you know, and settle the spirit on that person's head. You understand? You do find them doing that. Look like a next thing too. When somebody fall for the first time, most of the time they fall with their head facing the drum. And when you see that as an elder, you take the goblet and you take up the oil. Long ago, this is how we do this. We throw some oil by the left side of the person, along by the waist side. We throw some oil at the right side and water, and then we throw by the head. And most of the time you see them, the person, the energy start to get up this part of the body first and get on the knees, and from the knees they go onto the feet. You understand? And then they start to move because the spirit floats. Now I see some people come. First time she fall, you take up the oil and they start to think like, what is he doing there? You know? And if you do look to make a correction there, why that is taking place, you're going to have a problem. It could have argument and thing in the party.
Yes.
So I just let it bypass sometimes, which ain't good. You know, because when I let them think bypass and I reach home and my skin scratching me and all kind of thing.
Conscience.
I just get licks. I just get blues. You understand? Because I could have stopped that. I could have changed certain things. I just leave it alone. And that is not a good thing to do.
Yes. There's a calling that comes in prayers. You see somebody get up and they go and take the water or the seat in the Baptist church, so they get up and ring the bell. That is something that has come to you.
Yes.
A lot of people don't do it because look, you see me, but then you will see somebody else do it right away. But it just come to you. Knowledge will go.
Daniela Abi says that coming together can happen when the elders move their perspective from themselves, from inward to outward, and focus and teach, share love, compassion, teaching and grooming on the community.
Now, I want to say something here. Listen to me, go there. The brother just now spoke about elders have to exhibit that character. The character has to be exhibited by every single human being, whether you're elder, whether you're young. And you see this thing about if you do it, the youth go do it too. It's about a lot of youths is complaining that the elder doing it wrong. But if them doing it, who is me? If that elder go up on the roof and jump off and then you go, you ain't gonna do it. So you know wrong and right.
Yes.
So you have a duty as well. Because don't feel you as a youth man can teach me something and make me feel that way and pull up myself. So it is across the board.
Even the elders used to say, do as I say and not as I do.
So there's a perspective that divides it now. That is why the quarrel comes, the youth this and the elder that, but the responsibility belongs to all of us.
Yes, but there are elders who will say, nah, you're moving too fast, I never get it so easy. You have to take it down.
That has always been the case. But your best teacher is spirit, my brother. The best teacher you could ever get in your life is spirit. So talk to spirit, ask spirit, and they would find the way and guide it. True. Because again, elders who go jealous, leaders who go jealous, and where you get that from, and you ain't get that, but it don't go away from you. It stays there, so it's you.
So we're gonna go over to some ads and then we'll come back to the singing and the drumming part of this show that you guys have all been waiting on.
The Ifa Orisha School of Enlightenment is here and ready to welcome all children ages 2.5 to 5.5 years old to learn in a unique and exciting environment. Who are the Yoruba people? Where was the Mali Empire? Who is Gangang Sera? What is Ifa Orisha? Your child will learn the answers to all of these questions and more. Our Ministry of Education approved curriculum includes storytelling, drumming, drama, music, dance, and other exciting teaching tools. We offer learning in a caring, safe space as we instill positive values. For more information and to register your child, like us on Facebook or call us at 366-7558. The Ifa Orisha School of Enlightenment, a preschool that will transform your child.
The Ifa Orisha way of life is kindly sponsored by Omo Inu, All Things Woman. Their contact number is 365-4332. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. They are the Women's Haven distributor for Trinidad and Tobago. We also have the Lock Duck. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 352-5706. We are also sponsored by Bridal Bouquet TT. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Their contact number is 491-7539. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Thank you.
Sponsors for the Orisha way of life: Nice Nuts Quinlan Brand bottled coconut water for the freshest and the most purest coconut water. Their contact numbers are 716-6396. Kamara's Culture Store, the #1 important supplier of genuine products from Africa, located at Adams Bazaar, Main Road, Shogunas, 672-8438, 320-8866. Gossip Gel Polish, 382-7587. Pedi Barisi, 398-4474. Temple Ojuba Orisha, Umelu, Egypt Village, Shogunas. Banjela Music Productions. Nubian Experience, clothing that tells part of our rich African history. Number 6 Woodford Street, Arima. Contact number 688-1979. Oriyomi Nicole Huggins, Health and Wealth Lifestyle. Number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Onyx Trading, Wholesale and Retail Minimart. Number 1 Cemetery Street, Dago Martin. Yes, so we're back on the Ifa Orisha way of life on the Street 919 FM. You're here with your host, MC Duke, Alatumishe. I have Master Drummer Everett Watson, Agba Bud, Olombe, Ifa Taishe, and Ifa Shegun is also here. We're having a good discussion. So we're going to go into the part that you people have all been waiting for. and you have asked and you have begged. So, Agbabod, it's all in your hands.
And I would like to sing tonight, but I would like to sing this song that we sing normally to invite Ogun. I would like to sing them songs and them to you all tonight.
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't know this song to call the spirit. We start later down, we don't know the first song and the second song. This is something that would have to be taught.
And everything is order.
Yes. So I will start to sing for Ogun from the top. Right? Yeah, I said, Ogun Marosho Dabole. I said, Ogun Marosho. I said, Ogun Marosho Dabole. Yeah, I said, Ogun Marosho. I said, Ogun Marosho Dabole. I said, Ogun
So them is the song we just start with coming down the road inviting Ogun, you know, and like if we reach all day coming out the road, you know, we just doing it briefly, you know, if we singing it in a parley, go on more longer, we will extend the song more longer, you know, sing it a little more, you know. After that, we go into calendar. And the calendar is still inviting the spirit. You know, some people feel when you're playing calendar is pleasure. Calendar is inviting. We invite the spirit with calendar. You know? Like we start with this calendar.
Yeah, Ogunjalo Ogunso.
Ije Kolomina.
Ije Kolomina.
Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. Ije Kolomina. And that is how it does go. You know, we always change, come back in the flat. When we come back to the flat song, if you find we still having Ogun, it have a song we sing for him, a very powerful one, you know. Ibaba lode, Ogunde koide ibaba.
Baba lode, Ogunde koile ibaba.
Ibaba lode, Ogunde koide ibaba.
Baba lode, Ogunde koile ibaba.
Baba lode, Ogunde koide ibaba.
Baba lode, Ogunde koile ibaba.
You know, just before El Labod go along, I'm going back to the calendar. So, you know, El Labod would have said, you know, that those are also songs for inviting Ogun. But when you have Ogun in the midst and in the presence, that is Ogun war drum as well. War drum. Additionally, you utilize for this, and feel free to correct me, you utilize calendar drumming for the slaying of the goats.
Yes. Yes, well, I had said that last week.
You know?
Because this song...
War drum is important.
This song, that the first calendar song that I sang, that is his main war song. And you'll find we sing that on the slaying for him. Sure. That is the song we sing when they're going to slay for Ogun. You know? Yeah, so it invites him, it even pleasures him, it even gives him the free way to do his work.
Sure.
That is the calendar music.
Sure.
You understand? It's very powerful.
Yes.
Because you see the amount of thing that it contains, you know? So it's very powerful. The calendar music.
Yes. I just want to touch some of the comments on Facebook. Yeah, I'll run through it quickly and see where to start from, boy. Patricia Sandy, I want to join Orisha. Michelle Yolanda Caesar Jeffrey, she's clapping. Malaika Remy Obin says, Uguno, Kittens Everett Redman Watson. Makila Gomez, Daniela Abi says, so glad I choose this Ifa Orisha walk before leaving Orun. Our way of life is so sweet. Rennie Sabri Mason says, greetings and blessings to all. And Ziga says, I can't say with certainty, but Africa House, the contact is on the page. I hope you get it. And like I says, it is indeed, we are blessed beyond measure. And like I says, need more sessions like this. Let's get to the traditional way of singing for Orishas. Nicole Hoggins, that's Uriumi. She says, I don't have to leave home because of Monday night Orisha, the way of life.
That's true.
You know, so the comments keep coming over. Ford says, yes, true, when Baba Ogun going to war, that's the calendar songs, you know. Shamin Taylor says, greetings, locked on and listening, you know. So we have approximately, and G. St. Paul, you know, Paradise Heights in Mover always locked on, one of the die-hard supporters who is here every night. And as Ifa Orisha Way of Life is close to making that 1 year on the Shit 919 FM. Thank you to Baba Falami, who has started this, and it is being continued. May we continue to have this strength. Lord Almighty bless us. May you continue to open the doorway for us. May Ogun continue clearing the pathway for this program to continue. Kareem Sinclair says they love the energy. Marina Griffith Job says well done. So only have about approximately 14 minutes with Baba Akbabod before I get a phone call here. Aborabo Yaboshishe.
I'm extremely glad that you all have chosen to pay tribute to Ogun, because based on my instructions at my office, Orisha Shrine, Watala Shrine, Yumaja came at a manifestation. And there are two things I want to raise tonight. During my 12 years of representing the interests of African immigrants who were beaten in prison at Port of Spain and Golden Grove and maximum security prison, I was privileged to ask for relief, and I was told, do not be fearful of any government who oppress African immigrants in this country. And Yumoja came in and she dealt with a prominent person who's no longer with us. She also said, and I think this is a very appropriate for our sisters now, whenever they go anywhere, make sure they have what we call in Trinidad donkey eyes. You rub that, and the issue is just 2 eyes away from wherever you danger may approach her. And I've had that experience with a worker of mine. I dropped her in a woman in a city called Akota stand to go home, and the driver was about to go with her. And because of Ogun's presence, not Ogun, Yeshu's presence, the driver turned wrong and let her go and tell her, you're lucky. So that I'm saying we welcome the celebration, but it's good that you have sounded the war drums, because a brother is under attack. The brother from Alakata, DSS, he is under attack, and we need the war drums for him. I say.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you very much for your contribution. John McQueen, in the name of Olodumare, blessed night to all. Love from Tobago. So that was our caller. He calls very often on this show. A very good supporter of the Orisha Way of Life on the Shit 919 FM. So now is the time to get those phone calls in 342-0081. That's 342-0081. WhatsApp 771-1791. 771-1791. The Orisha Way of Life on the Shit 919 FM. Master Jama Everett Watson, Agba Bud, and Olumbidi, as they say, along with Ifa Taisha and Ifa Shegun. We are having a blessed night after that Ogun festival yesterday. So, Agba Bud?
Yeah, well, how it goes, after we sing for Ogun, we is going to Onile, which is...
Yes, caller, your live. If I shall we have live on the Shit 919 FM. Caller, I'm not hearing you. Yes, caller.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear now.
Yes. The brother was just put there, brother Walcott.
Mm-hmm.
A very good brother. He has done a lot of work, as you said, with those Africans that came here and were arrested and imprisoned unjustly by immigration, this sort of thing. And I want to say good night to him, to you all also. It's so beautiful, to listen to you all. You know, it's like you feel like when you listen to it, you feel like you're back home in the motherland in Africa. When you hear the singing and the drums, you understand? That spiritual realm that takes you back home. It's so beautiful. I mean, the only program you really hear, you understand, where you feel part, you understand, of Africa is listening to you all on a Monday night. It's wonderful, my brothers. Keep it up. That rhythm, that drum, that back to Africa. Understand? We have to understand that we are, although we may be away from the motherland, we are there because we are Africans, all Africans.
So true.
It's
so
wonderful.
True.
Have a wonderful evening, my brother.
Same
But I
thing.
will cut and give you a call sometime.
Nice.
Thank you.
No, so we just enjoying the night as we look to wind down here.
Well, everybody knows Mama Lata. You know, so you say Mama Lata, so that everybody will understand and know who you're singing for precisely. Because, you know, some of them, when you say Onile, you can't fulfill them one time, they know what you're talking about or who you're talking about because, you know, they never know how to call by that name before. Because I myself come and learn that after a while because all the time we was Mama Lata.
Yes, caller live, Sheet 919 FM.
Blessed evening to one and all.
Blessed love, man.
Love and thanks to the Most High for having the eyes fully informed and fully informing children of just about the African, Ethiopian, Nigerian, Yoruba business and culture.
True.
It is so informant that we went forward quite in the days of the feast. When we had Mani and all of them on Sumatak Road, they were the planning there. It was very thrilling, you know, as a youth coming forward, citing the fullness, Snake John and all these fellas and Judge and all of them. It was big. Children used to run. You don't like to see that feast, that feast in a way, some said. It was terrible, you know, with the dancing, the drumming. Last man is the man I always afraid by. The man who got that dancing, I said I was.
You don't afraid. You don't afraid. If
well, you 4 or 5 years, 6 years coming up there and you see this man running all this cutlass guy, you ain't gonna be afraid.
At that age, you will be scared. You will be scared.
Serious thing. And I said that, you know, we love to stay together. We said, why do we Africa one day, somehow.
Yes, blessed love.
That said, do worry, Baba.
Yes, man. Yes. Aborabo Yabo Shishi Kola, your life, Orisha way of life.
Hello?
Hello, good night. Yeah, how are you?
I am good, give thanks.
Yes, Ashita.
Here enjoying in my kitchen, boy. Enjoying those drums, which is so pleasing to the ear.
Yeah.
Pleasing to the soul. And earlier on, I was looking at a Facebook thing with Sizzler, and he was talking to the establishment and to the crown and all these people who have done us wrong and everything. And he's saying that, I know all you think we'll come out and fight, all you want us to come out in the street with guns and fight, so all you could shoot us down. He said, no, but give me some drums. He called the type of drums. And just give him some drums and some Naya Biggie to chant, you know.
Yeah.
So the drums are so important, man. The drums are so important. Those are things that they feared terribly, so they ban it. That's why they ban it. They feared it. So I was just enjoying those drums, and I thank you all so very much.
No problem, Bartaya. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Take
you have a
care.
blessed one.
Bye.
You know, drums, the heartbeat. You know, when you have master drummers like Everett Watson, you have Olumbe, you know, these drummers, you know, our ancestors really paved the way for us to do this thing the right way. The right way. Not for us to skiffle and, you know, just do what we feel like or do whatever we want, you know. So we're going to go back to the drums. We're going to go back.
You know, but it meaning same thing, you know, but it's just a French word, Mama Lata, a patois kind of thing, and Onile is the Yoruba word for mother of the earth. But it's still meaning mother of the earth.
Sure.
You know? So after we done sing for Ogun, we sing for Mother the Earth. And Ogun clear the path for we and thing, call on Ogun to, then we call on the earth which we dwell every day because our food comes from the earth. We walk on the earth, and everything. So we give praises to Onile, for what she has done for us and keep on doing every day. Yeah. So we'll sing some songs for Onile tonight.
Yeah, we have approximately 8 minutes before we go.
And well, when we started,
Allah fair call of your life. If I wish a way of life.
Allah fair, I think you better for greetings and let me know my number is 463-665. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
and Ebo, this is the first song we just sing for Onile.
No man, I forget that.
Oh Lord. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka.
Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka.
Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka.
Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka. Yemi la lata walo she ma benuka.
Agbadike Bokejo. Eri 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 Agbadike Bokejo.
Yes. So, see why it's had a part too. But you know, we go get some space and then we'll bring Agba Bud because David Mom is up next with the Black Agenda. You know. So I must say it was a pleasure having you again, Agba Bud, taking the time off, and I must say it's always a pleasure to come and pick you up. You could move to see just. I'll come and pick you up. You know why? Every time I pick you up, I learn something.
Sure.
You talk straight from. Look, I last week I learned about Forest Park.
Yeah. And last week my line, a real talk last week.
You know?
Like it just, you know, from the time I jump in that van, I didn't stop talking until I reach here.
No.
And when I reach here, I continue talking.
No, because the same when you miss the elders and you learn, and I took plenty away from it, you know. You went down into even about teaching me. I want to take this call. I believe this is this one of the sponsors here. This is the lady from Bata. I have your number in mind.
Oh, Lordy.
Yes.
Listen, I didn't hear the program tonight now. I had to step out.
You could go back and watch it, man. You could go back and watch it on Facebook.
No, I have all those apparatus, darling, so. But nonetheless, I got a little bit of drumming. And when I came in, I heard the brother talking about the DSS person, the DSS young man. And yes, we all have to rally around and keep good thoughts about him because he definitely is under attack, for how many different reasons.
Yes.
But I missed out tonight, but I got a little bit of drumming, and I appreciate that very, very much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, yes. So, so we're just out of time. Agba Bud, Olodumare continue granting you enough life, strength, prosperity. May your Ori always guide you. May your Ori never leave you. May Baba Yeshu continue opening the doorway for you. May Ogun continue playing the party. May Kabiyesi Shango give you that justice needed in this world that we live in. You know? I hope and pray. I know that all will be well with you. You are just a phone call away, and it's good. You know, because they say, I will talk it on the air because we say we'll get here in the studio to record some of the songs and we will have it here, you know what?
Okay.
And I would like to throw this invitation to you. When the show maker here, I like you to come back. There are a few other people that would like to come back also. Everybody can't come back at the same time.
Sure.
You know? So I will like you here. I know, as my brothers and them, they say pump is pump. I know you're not that young again like how you was, but I know once I call you and you're up to it.
But you see, this piece of work here is really hard for me. Pertaining to the work I used to do and the work that I'm still doing today. So, you know, and I appreciate doing this. I love doing this. Yeah. When somebody could gain something concerning Orisha from me, that's a joy for me.
Yes, people, so we are out of time. David Mohammed is up next on Twitter dial, the Black Agenda with David Mohammed. Keep it locked right here to the Shit 919 FM. Yes, so we back at it, you know. We just went back in time there on the Ifa Orisha way of life. You know, it's always good, you know, because on this third Monday in every month we do have a drumming segment. We go and we enjoy ourselves, you know. Ifa Orisha way of life with my host, my co-host King Shaka. My brother, it's always about edifying and educating the people. We have just about approximately 3 minutes to go before, we wrap things up. I'd like to thank each and every one. Those of you who are streaming still, who are up late, it's now minutes to 10. Streaming live on Facebook, we are streaming live on WhatsApp. To all the sponsors who have been making this possible, the Ifa Orisha School of Enlightenment and Ziga Reed and crew, all the sponsors who have been supporting us and keeping us. We have made a year and a month and something going strong. I thank you guys, beginning of the week. We have more days to come. I hope and pray that Olodumare continue blesses us and guiding us. May we continue pouring libation to our ancestors. May we continue being blessed. May we continue doing what we have to do, because let us live right. Let us feed our Oris the right thing and the right way. When we get up on the morning, let us thank our Oris. Whatever we start off on our mornings, that is what we will carry forward. Let us encourage good energy. Let us protect and guide our young ones coming. Those of us in the tradition, let us do the right thing. Let us be our brother's keeper. May we all be blessed. As you know, I'm celebrating my youth strong this Saturday coming. So I'll be just taking it light, taking it cool. Also, Akbar Bud, who was singing just now, his youth strong is tomorrow. So I'd like to send birthday greetings to Akbar Bud, who will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow down there at Forest Park. May Olodumare continue guiding and protecting you. May our ancestors continue protecting you also. May all be well. May you have more and more birthdays that you can be able to be with us and sing, that we can enjoy. I know I'll see you week after for our little vibes, but it's all good, people. Always remember, each and every Monday on the Ifa Orisha Way of Life on the Street 919 FM. I'm going to leave you guys with this song by singing Sandra.
Described as dark. Oh, feel a vibration, feel a rhythm, feel a spark. Oh, when my
with talent.